Hi guys, happy Thursday. This is Miss Cervantes and I hope you guys are enjoying the weather as much as I'm doing. I love spring weather. That's my favorite season. Um, I am going to be doing recordings Tuesday and then touch up with you guys on Wednesday and hopefully either touch up on Thursdays or like another recording. So I decided to do another recording just to go over some other activities we can do with read alouds at home. And today I am going to use It Looked Like Spilt Milk, and the author of the book is Charles Shaw. And I'm going to use this book for also, you can use it for retelling, which is a skill that we're doing at reading this week, but also you can also do writing using stories, book stories around home. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my story. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. Sometimes it looked like a rabbit, but it wasn't a rabbit. Sometimes it looked like a bird, but it wasn't a bird. Sometimes it looked like a tree, but it wasn't a tree. Sometimes it looked like ice cream, but it wasn't ice cream. Sometimes it looked like a flower, but it wasn't a flower. Sometimes it looked like a pig, but it wasn't a pig. Sometimes it looked like a birthday cake, but it wasn't a birthday cake. Sometimes it looked like a sheep, but it wasn't a sheep. Sometimes it looked like a great horned owl, but it wasn't a great horned owl. Sometimes it looked like a mitten, but it wasn't a mitten. Sometimes it looked like a squirrel, but it wasn't a squirrel. Sometimes it looked like an angel, but it wasn't an angel. Sometimes it looked like spilt milk, but it wasn't spilt milk. It was just a cloud in the sky. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. So now I'm going to move into the writing activity. So for the writing activity, you have two options. So some of your teachers send you a journal that look like this, or let me show you up here. It looks like this with a clear box on the top and then lines for the writing. If you have this notebook, I highly encourage you to use this notebook, this journal. But if you don't have this journal, it's okay. We are going to use just a blank piece of paper. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to fold it in half this time, and just to help us divide our spaces for the drawing and then for the writing. So same thing as last time, I'm going to use Sharpie. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mark line. And then I'm gonna use the top part for the picture. So this is when you guys get to use your imagination and look up at the sky and see what kind of shapes you saw. So from here, I'm gonna use my imagination. I'm gonna look through my window and I kind of see something that look like this. What do you think I'm drawing? It looks like our favorite snack sometimes at school. Alrighty, if you say fish, yes, it looked like a fish. So before I do any writing, first we always draw a picture when we're doing our writing, and then we move into the labeling. Now remember, when we do the labeling, we say the word so many times, at least 3 times, and we listen for the letter sounds, and then we write the letter that makes the sound. So I'm going to start with the first sound that I hear in the word fish. Fish. What's the first sound that you hear in fish? If you say F, that's correct. All right, then I'm going to move to the other sound. Eh, 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 eh. is the sound, and the letter that makes the I sound, it's letter I. I, sh, I, sh. The last sound that I hear in the word fish is sh, and sh is a unique sound because it's a digraph. In a digraph, it's when two letters come together and make just one sound. So the two letters that come together is SH. All right, I'm done with my labeling, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my writing. Now I'm gonna use some of the side words in the notebook. I'm gonna use the word it, I'm gonna use the word looked, and then the word like, and some other words that we already practiced. So I'm going to start my writing with some of the words in the story. So I'm gonna start with it, capital I, because remember, when we're writing messages, our first letter has to be uppercase letter, capital letter. It. Now, when we're also writing, another thing that we need to practice is finger space. So I'm going to get used to finger space, and I'm going to use my finger to write the second word. And the second word, it looked. L-O-O-K-E-D. It look, and then I'm going to use another side word, and I continue to use my finger space to separate words. Okay, it look like, L-I-K-E. It look like a lowercase a. It looked like a. Now I ran out of space here, which is okay. I'm going to use a new line over here. I'm going to go back and right underneath the word it, I'm going to write what I wrote over here, labeling. So it looked like a fish. So it looked like a fish, but it was just a cloud. So but is a three-letter word. We can use our skills to break the words apart. There are three letters. So we go beginning, middle, end, beginning, middle, end, beginning sound and middle sound, end, end, end. And I use my shoulders to kind of remember how to break things apart. So I'm going to break the word but. So b is the first sound. The middle sound is b, and if you say you, that's correct. The ending sound, b, t, but it's the ending sound. So let me go back and read my message. It looked like a fish, but it's another side word that we already learned in kindergarten, but this time I'm not going to use capital I, I'm going to use lowercase I. It looked like a fish, but it is the first sound, and letter W makes the w. A is the second middle sound. It's the last sound, and letter S make that sound. It looked like a fish, but it was a. A can be a letter, but it also can be a side word. A what? Cloud. And I believe Ms. Mejia has been teaching you blends in under phonemic awareness, and CL makes the sound. Cloud. O-U-D, cloud. It was a cloud. Now, when we are writing complete sentences, we always check that our message makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and read it before I say I'm done. It looked like a fish. but it was a cloud. I'm done. And when I think that I'm done and my message is complete and it makes sense, I close the message with a period. Okay, alrighty. Well, this is it. Do we have to color today? No, because clouds are what color? They're white. All right, boys and girls, it was a pleasure teaching you guys here on Facebook, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, please, and I'll see you guys back on Tuesday. Remember, Miss Cervantes is doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.